Welcome to the Yup Life podcast. Did you know there is no reason to put the alphabet in order?
How's it going, guys?
It's going.
What's up, man?
Long day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You can't see by my hair
And PJs.
and my PJs.
Oh.
Justin Bieber hair flip, though.
It's a late night recording this time. It's pretty late. Usually we record right after work, but this time we couldn't make it, so now we're having a very late recording. So this should be interesting.
Gotta get on that grind, dude. This podcast is gonna get up and running soon.
It's way past my bedtime, guys.
Your bedtime. You're about to eat dinner a couple minutes ago.
That is true.
So, Steven, what are we drinking?
All my beer brings the hose to the garden. It is Ho Garden, original Belgian white beer or wheat beer. Sorry, it's Wit Blanche, whatever the fuck that means.
White.
It's pretty much, it's just a wheat beer, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's probably one of my favorite beers.
No way.
Yeah.
We have our resident German.
If they haven't on tap, then I'm getting it.
I think the Vig has it on tap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so. Or was it the Vig? I think it might be the Vig. I remember I got it somewhere on tap, and I was like, ooh.
I really like wheat beers, but I think I'm starting to get allergic to them.
No way.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. My bad, dude.
No, it's fine.
Forgot about that.
Like if I drink a lot of them, but I'll wake up in the morning and like my nose is just stuffed. I can't breathe out of it.
What the?
Yeah, but it's my favorite type of beer.
Good thing we only got a 12-pack. So,
Oh boy.
Wakes up looking like Hitch, all just swollen. It's crazy.
if you having trouble breathing, let me know. I know how to stab into your lungs and put a straw in.
I saw that in a movie once.
Or was it your throat? Have you? Oh, you know what
Yeah,
movie it
you
is?
really don't know what to do.
It was have you seen that movie Anaconda?
Don't.
Oh.
My anaconda, don't.
The first 10 seconds is J-Lo's boobies.
Is that?
Shout out to J-Lo's boobies and to Whole Gardens.
Episode probably 7.
Yep. Damn, dude. I like this wheat beer. I've never had a wheat beer, I don't think.
So, guys, what do you guys want to talk about today?
Blue Moon.
Oh,
Oh, you're right.
never mind.
Let's talk about surfing. I want to go surfing.
Have you ever been surfing?
No.
No,
Body surfing, boogie boarding, but not surfing.
not surfing.
Nah.
I refuse to now, dude. I'm scared of the ocean.
What? You know, the ocean's a little far away, right?
A little bit for us.
No.
No,
No.
no,
A little bit.
just a couple miles.
What are you trying to say?
The only way you can get there is if you to take a vacation out there.
What?
That sounds like a good episode topic.
Totally not planned out at all.
I would say the norm for a professional, younger professionals like us, 3 weeks of vacation a year. So
Yes.
120 hours in a year.
I think that's the average.
Sometimes use it or lose it. Sometimes you can save some. Sometimes you accrue it. Sometimes you get it all.
Now I'm going to throw a little curveball in that one.
Ooh.
What's up?
120 hours.
Yeah.
Arizona, now here in Arizona, some of that's not full. Some of that's considered sick time.
Oh, I just heard about this. They took away like a week.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Just heard about that, actually. My aunt is victim to this.
Nothing changed for me, so I don't really know what happened with that.
Some people it didn't change, but some others it did. It's just something that change. I
Yeah, like
figured bring up.
I know my aunt, she we had to go to Mexico, and she said that she was sick because she said that she was just going to go. It would come out from a different
Yeah.
time thing. So.
Well, I think the law is that you get 3 days a year.
Okay.
You
I
have
was
you
sick.
have to get 3 days of sick time a year, right?
I don't think so.
It's like I think it's like 40
Hours?
Yeah. If you're full time, you get a full week off.
Oh, like no, the minimum is 3 days.
So you're saying like if I had zero PTO but I called in sick, I could still get paid for that?
Like any part-time, full-time, the minimum is 3 hours, 3 days of sick time,
I didn't know that. That's crazy.
I think.
I got us a little off topic. My bad.
Let me look it up while you guys are talking.
But yeah, I agree. Majority of times, or for the majority of the time that you get paid off is about 3 weeks, 120 hours.
How many years have you been in your profession, I guess, in your career?
Mine, I think, not including intern, I'm coming up to 5.
Have you used 120 hours every year?
No,
Oh, okay.
no, I have not.
Why is this?
First couple years, was rough. Not rough. How do I put it? Couldn't really take the time off.
Okay. It was like financially, you just wanted to keep
Financially,
going, or?
work.
Gotcha.
Couldn't get really the time off. But later on, I took more vacations, but I think mainly I look at it as a financial standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
I could take it all, but I don't like. I want to take my time off and go do something.
Right.
And I'd rather not stay home and sit around and not do anything.
Yeah.
That bores me. So
That makes sense. I took a whole week vacation this year. It did nothing.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just at home.
how that make you feel?
Honestly, like it was a refresher.
Oh, that's
good. Yeah, like I felt really good going back to work.
Okay.
So I didn't get to go anywhere, which kind of sucked, but definitely cleared my mind, and I was able to hit it hard again when I went back.
Oh, that's good. It's good to refresh your mind. Everyone does it differently. If that worked out for you, that's great.
The reason why I asked you, like, if you ever used your full 120, because like I've only been in my actual job for a while, for like 3 years now, and the first 2 years I for sure did not take like vacation at all.
Because you were too busy, or just didn't know how? Or
It's a combination of both. I think like I was really scared to take a vacation, almost to the point where like I got to prove my worth. So it was a little weird.
like,
there.
if I take a vacation, they're gonna think less of me. Or
Yes. So I was like, I got to work extra hours. Don't take any vacations.
it's a little weird, but okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
So I found out. I looked it up.
Good.
You're right. In a way, employers with 15 or more employees must give a minimum of 40 hours paid sick time per year. If an employer maintained 50 or more workers on a payroll for a day in 20 different calendar weeks, it'll be required to give 40 hours paid sick time per year employee. Employers with less than 15 employees must give a minimum of 24 hours of paid sick time per year per employee. And for every 30 hours worked, you accrue 1 hour of sick time, up to a minimum of 24 hours or 48 hours.
Gotcha.
So it's 3 days or 5 days based on the number of employees of your company.
That actually makes sense. Like, also why I didn't want to take all my PTO time was because I was afraid of getting sick or like something major happening to where like I just wanted to have that banked up, I guess.
You do kind of get sick a lot, right?
Me? Yeah.
So
And it's like devastating for like a day, and then I'm good to go afterwards.
you just get everyone sick at the office.
Yes. I'm that kid, dude.
So what do you do with the?
Oh no, I was gonna. Go ahead. I think I was gonna answer that question. Maybe not.
Oh, so what do you do with your 120 hours?
What do I do with my 120 hours? I think last year I used up 2 weeks, but I probably used up 3 weeks actually. But I had a week that carried over from the previous year. Right. I have like a floating. So I get right now I'm like 120.
Damn, dude.
Plus a week.
Spend that shit. Oh, you get 120.
I get. Sorry.
I get. You have 120.
Well, I do technically, but I get all of it for the whole year.
At one time.
Dump?
Yeah, just a big dump. Just
okay.
Pretty dope.
So, and then I also have one carried over for I think roughly one.
Does that start at January 1st?
Yes.
Okay.
So, I really don't have anything planned out this year, which is kind of a bummer. I need to figure that out. I kind of want to do something this summer, but I do like the idea at least taking one good sized trip a year. Mm-hmm. At least one good sized one. A little
like a week.
A week?
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, yeah. I'm not good with taking a whole week off, just me personally.
What do you mean?
Does it give you anxiety?
Yes.
You're not good with it?
Yeah.
So I think what he feels is like I take a week off, I have to wait too much shit to do when I get back, kind of a thing. Or like you just feel you can't enjoy it?
No, it's not that. It's just growing up, I didn't take long vacations. Like a vacation for me was like 3 days.
Don't let the past define you.
No, it won't. I take a lot more vacations since then, but I still at the same time was like, whoa, this is weird.
It's
pretty normal. It's pretty normal. Let's be honest. Like a week vacation is pretty normal. Ruben's just the oddity.
Yeah.
I am. I am not normal. I am not normal in a lot of ways.
I am not normal.
Dude, I felt that way for sure my first 2 years of like being at work though, like just anxiety for taking it off. And Joey, you don't fucking feel this, dude. It's weird.
You keep saying that A word, man.
A word.
Anxiety. Anxiety.
Before we started this podcast, ladies and gentlemen, Joey was telling Steve and I how we have too much anxiety and stuff before.
Yeah. When I'm going back and listening to these podcasts and I'm editing stuff out, like I'll walk away and do something and I'll listen to that when they're talking amongst themselves. Work is really stressful. I'm really anxious. I'm like, you got some separation anxiety from me walking away, or what?
Misery loves company, man.
Take some vacations. Get rid of that anxiety.
Yeah, we need to.
So what are some good destinations that you guys like, tried and true, or like this is the yuppie place to go?
Good.
So like a yuppie,
Yeah.
like a traditional yuppie, talking
Yes.
like Daytona,
Mm-hmm.
Lake Havasu,
Mm-hmm.
Las Vegas,
South by Southwest. If you could take that like whole week off or whatever.
Coachella.
It is. Coachella.
EDC.
EDC. I heard just hitting up Seattle is like legit.
Really?
Yeah.
I find that more of like a professional place to go, not like
Really?
Yeah.
That's true. We might feel that way because of a friend that always takes work trips over there. New York, maybe, too.
Yeah. Can see that. Get in the hustle and bustle.
Dude, spring break, Miami?
Miami.
I don't know. It's like, I don't know. Bath salts is a thing.
I think vacation destinations can be anywhere, realistically, because everywhere has got a weird little spot. Or anywhere you go, you can be like, oh, that place was not as good as I thought.
What about Podunk, Idaho, where this guy's from?
Oh, yeah.
What's
you
that
don't
town
wanna
called?
go there no matter what.
Tell me you want to go vacation at, what did you call the place? Where were you born? Where'd your family go?
Burley, Idaho.
Burley. We couldn't point to it on
Yeah.
the map.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't want to.
I don't think everywhere is a vacation spot. There's stuff to do everywhere, but I'm not going to spend my money to fly to Burley, Idaho.
Definitely not a yuppie spot.
San Diego's one of my favorite spots.
I think
Yeah.
California is like, yeah.
Vacation.
Like it's a go-to for
I like
me.
to vacation.
It can be like party yuppie. It can be like professional yuppie.
Yeah.
You know.
There's a bar in San Diego called The Office.
No way.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. See, it's like if someone calls you like, "Hey, where you at?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm still at the office."
Dun, 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 dun.
There it is.
There it is.
Like the show.
Na, 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 na. Yeah.
Oh, God. I need a second one.
All right.
What the?
I have a depressing and anxiety-filled life, Joey.
You said San Diego's a good spot.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like you said anywhere in California? I mean, like
So, dude, one of the best vacations.
LA, like
Yeah, it's kind of tough. One of the best vacations I ever took was in Glendale, California.
really
Yeah.
What's in Glendale?
Nothing. So, like,
worse than Burley, Idaho.
no, it's not. It's actually real close to, like, L.A., as everything is over there, actually. It just takes 2 hours to get anywhere because of traffic. But, no, dude, it was like a little shopping center, and it was real high-end. And there just happened to be, like, a motel right there.
Hotel.
And it-
Holiday Inn.
I legit got 3 beds for the same price as one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, at a Motel 6. So it was super cheap. Got to see famous people. Alan Richardson, who's like on Sons of Anarchy, stuff like that.
Oh, okay. I know. What yeah.
And dude, just had a ball, man. Like that was one of my best vacations. But I also went to Universal Studios. I went to Six Flags and all that kind of stuff.
Magic Mountain.
Yeah. Side note about Magic Mountain? I know that I'm getting older because I'm really scared to get on rides now.
Ah, you weren't like that last time we went.
Nope.
That was like two years ago.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
Yeah. So this was last year, exactly a year from like now.
Uh-huh.
Literally saw my life flash like before my eyes on every single ride.
Oh man.
Almost blacked out on the Goliath.
Yeah.
For the people,
That's
that
the
don't know,
tall one, right?
That's the very, very tall one.
Yeah.
You go down and you start going in a spiral motion, and I legit saw like
It starts from the top. Yeah.
Yes, a black ceiling start coming
Yeah,
down.
I had that one time.
Dude, that was the worst. I never had that as a kid.
Yeah. Old age.
Old age, man. It's hitting me.
California, all of the California, majority of California is pretty good. Like San Francisco, have you guys ever been up there?
I've not.
That is actually cool. It's definitely worth checking out. It's more touristy, I think.
Which is okay.
It's okay, yeah. But I thought it was really cool. Went through Chinatown.
What?
That was a cool thing to go do.
Yeah.
Didn't eat there. That's the only bummer thing.
Oh, dude, that's like a major.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the only reason why you would go to Chinatown.
Yeah. I was still a youngin, but it was definitely cool to see. I would totally go back just to I don't know, see it again. I did not make it to Alcatraz Island.
Okay.
That you had to plan for. My parents, I went with it was like a family trip.
Yeah.
My parents went to Alcatraz Island way back in the day. And they're like, yeah, when we went, we were able just to go walk up there and get on a boat and then go to Alcatraz Island. Now you have to have it pre-planned and everything and stuff like that.
It's
Schedule.
like Fossil now.
Yeah,
You have to get a
speaking-
ticket.
Speaking of that, it's like, I don't know if we talked about this yet, but like the advent of social media has like made vacation spots really popular. So popular spots, like your parents said they would go to, you now have to get permits, plan ahead, try to get permits. It's really busy. It's really full. Yeah, it kind of sucks, but it's like the wealth of information we have is a cursing and a bless.
Yeah.
Ing.
Little fun fact about the waters near Alcatraz. That's where sharks go to mate.
All right.
We took a trip this past September. We went to go see Jay, what was that?
Rainbow Bridge.
No, the one Rainbow Bridge, that one was, and the other those canyons.
We were on Lake Powell.
Okay.
We went to go see Lower Antelope Canyon.
Okay.
There you go.
So it's like this area that water is flowing through and carved these like swooping like canyons,
Yeah.
like pretty tall, like 20, 30 feet. And you're walking through it and
Oh shit.
kind of having to turn sideways to get through because it's skinny. And you see this like really cool sand like layers.
Oh,
and
you know what? I
you
think
see
I've seen-
you see
yeah.
pictures of it all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
But yeah, that's a real tip I have is an easy vacation is explore your own state.
Yeah.
Every state has like mountains to hike or parks to go to. Like you kind of take that for granted. You're so close to those things that you don't realize they're like literally can be a wonder of the world, like the Grand Canyon.
Definitely.
Have you been to the Grand Canyon?
No.
Have you been to the Grand Canyon?
Nope.
We live in Arizona,
know.
a wonder of the world, and you've never been to the Grand Canyon.
I know.
That's what I'm saying. It's like so close and so easy. Just make like a trip somewhere in your own state.
We are pretty spoiled here in Arizona too. Like we have everything.
Weather-wise,
Weather-wise.
we have all the
All of
not
them.
all of them. Well, not environments, not tundras, ecosystems. What are those
Climates?
called? Climates. Thank you.
It could be ecosystem climate.
I don't remember tundra, desert, and
Yeah, I think.
We have all of them.
Yeah.
we don't have tropic
Tropical.
or tundras,
I mean, we have palm trees, so.
but we
have- we
we
have-
have palm trees.
We do have biodome.
We do have.
We have-
Dude, I drove past that today.
Did you?
Sort of. I was in Tucson,
Okay.
so.
Damn, dude.
So the biodome or biodome.
I think it's biosphere.
People don't
technically.
know it's just this bubble where they try to have ecosystems in the desert that are not supposed to be in the desert.
Yeah.
There was a movie about it. It was like
I fucking
it
love
was
that movie.
it was a
dude.
B movie, but it was good.
With Pauly Shore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So what other destinations? I know we're in Arizona, so we're kind of biased, but
Yes.
another beach, Rocky Point. It's
Right.
it's a 3.5 hour drive for us.
I have
Mexico.
I have
Sonora, Mexico.
I have a warning and just kind of a tip really about Rocky Point. So I went there and it wasn't spring break and I decided, you know what, like I'm Mexican. I could just assimilate myself, right? In like the city. And I went and legit was one of the worst vacations I ever took. I went and just booked a simple motel. The whole room was shit. I couldn't get onto the beach. if you don't know,
They're private beaches, right?
yes, it's a private beach where it looks all nice and stuff. Everything else is rocks. So you like jagged black rocks. You can't fucking get in there. The food outside of the resorts, not that great.
The shrimp is good, I heard.
Maybe the resort.
Fresh shrimp. No, like in town, like the fish market.
We got like fish tacos and stuff, and legit, I don't know, just the worst food ever. I just had the worst experience. And then we went to a club, and it was me and my girlfriend, and we went into a club, and legit, counting me and my girlfriend, there was 3 people there.
The bouncer and you two.
Yep.
I think you told me about
I
that.
think the
yeah.
bartender took like a pee break or something because
Yeah.
wasn't even there.
You told us this story before, but
Yeah, it was
I think
so bad.
Like I know you have a bad taste in your mouth, but like that is. I know you said spring break.
Yes.
That's like the party uppy way to do it.
It is. It is.
It's crazy down there. Spring break.
I've heard of like the greatest stories ever, and we snuck onto the resort and kind of got a taste of it.
Yeah.
So I could see where
Like being a little bit older and having the resources to do it, we should spend the money on a resort and
yes,
just relax on the beach. I know you want to go clubbing and shit, but we can go to like other places like Miller, Scottsdale.
yeah.
We don't need to go to Rocky Point for that.
I think it was just a weird time. It was just me
Yeah.
and my girlfriend. I feel like if I ever went back, it would have to be with a group of people.
You-
Just enjoy your
Like,
own time.
do you really ever go to a club with just 2 people as a couple? Like,
I mean, I'm weird.
okay, I don't know. To me, that it doesn't seem weird, but it just seems like I've never done that.
It's out of the
So
norm.
yeah,
I feel you.
but I think Rocky Point is I've been once when I was younger, but every time I hear someone go, they talk nothing but great things about it.
Yeah, I know that I just went during the wrong time and did the wrong things.
Mm-hmm.
I also only ate pineapple.
The whole time.
So like we got there,
You didn't put it on your fucking pizza, did you?
dude. Always, okay? Always. That's where it belongs.
I was going back to an episode and listening to it.
Yeah.
And we were talking about that, and I was getting so triggered just listening to it. You talking about pizza.
The only topping on pizza is pineapple. Okay.
We are currently looking for a new host.
Preferably one that likes meat on their pizza, not fruit.
But I do bacon pineapple. Ooh, now you're torn.
No, we're just ignoring
No.
it.
Shut his mic off. Unplug it. The open is we still have an opening, ladies and gentlemen.
I hate you guys.
So if you don't live in Arizona, what else is good?
Oh well, let's stay on the topic of Mexico real quick.
Okay.
So I've heard that there might be some travel bans going on.
Not bans, warnings.
Okay. Yeah, that's true because bans are like you can't go. Right?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like, I think it's like towards Cancun area where they had some issues. The Playa del Carmen, there's an embassy down in that area, which is close to Cancun.
Mm-hmm.
The embassy just pulling out of Mexico.
No way.
U.S. embassies up and out of here.
Holy. I've always heard too. Like if you go to Mexico, stay at the touristy spots
Yeah.
and stay in the resorts. Like legit 2 miles outside of that, you're in actual Mexico. Like it's not gonna look good.
Yeah,
Like
dude.
your free game.
Yeah, you're free game.
They found explosives on like a ferry, and they've had
Holy.
threats against the embassy. So, yeah, just before you go to Mexico, look where you're going.
Yeah,
It's kind of like every country, honestly. Like
that's true.
you don't know. Like the United States are pretty sheltered here,
Yeah,
so laws aren't always the same in every
pretty
country.
small.
I mean, yeah.
I saw.
What?
We're not that good at either, but
I know, but like as far as safety,
It depends where you go to.
it does.
but I
This,
mean,
but like you're going to like downtown Detroit or Chicago.
yeah, you don't. Miami's bath salts all day.
I mean, we like to shoot up everywhere all these days now. So
Oh my gosh, dude!
I'm just saying,
Dude.
we're just like everyone else.
But like,
I did. So in Mexico, like it was I want to say it was like about a month ago. I saw like this article that said bodies were washing up on shore of like kids and stuff like that. So I started tripping out, right? And I think someone was in Cancun at that time. And I like I texted him. I was like, "Do you like be careful?" Blah blah blah.
yeah.
Turns out it was all fake.
But like the shit that goes down south of the border is
It's real.
you've seen Narcos. I know that's not Mexico, but
The what's that dude? the casting, the location person, like that goes and finds locations for Narcos,
the scout or whatever,
got killed.
That's ironic.
Yeah, because he went into Mexico and got killed by the cartel.
I don't even know what to say about that. That's
dude. That's how fucked up it is down there.
Yeah.
Just stay in the touristy spots. Don't go anywhere else. Follow your tour guides.
And according to Ruben, don't go to schools in America.
I never said schools. I never said
This guy
schools.
said we're shooting everyone up then.
Well, I mean, you could go to the movie theater, get shot up. I mean,
That was a long time ago.
but it still happened.
Hey.
Anyways,
Have you guys ever been to like
You have to
Europe?
admit the U.S. is a lot better off than most countries. No?
Okay.
Really? You don't have an opinion?
I don't have an opinion.
Here's
all right.
my opinion. I think we might be, but there's other places also like Australia. They legit have like crazy gun control.
Yeah.
Like some kids got shut up and they're like, no, never mind. Like we're not gonna do this anymore. And then like they're done with guns.
Right.
So there's positives and minuses.
I said most.
Yeah.
I didn't say all.
I don't know.
But like, would you rather be in the United States or in Mexico?
Correct. And there's hella people that like have died to get here.
When have you heard a travel warning about going to the U.S.?
That's true. I don't know. Yeah. We should definitely appreciate just being here, though. I was listening to Joe Rogan's podcast with Yoel Romero. Did you listen
I
to that
put a
one?
portion of it, the Cuban, dude. It was interesting.
Dude, it's legit. And they were talking about how, like, Cubans sometimes have to travel, like, 4 borders to get here. And, like, hella people die. And one of the borders is, like, you have to go across a jungle. And he was saying, like, a lot of family members leave at different times. Like, a brother will go, and then somebody else will go, like, a week later. And they said that, like, while walking through that jungle, you would see your brother's carcass, like, half eaten from, like, a lion or whatever.
Yeah.
And just you would have to just be like, fuck. And you have
Keep
to
going.
just keep going.
Yeah. Dude,
So
like, that's not
We
even,
don't
I can't even
experience
comprehend that. Like,
there is bears here, though, and stuff like that.
true. But just look at the laws and, like, the situation of the country you're going to.
We're pretty sheltered.
Like I said, you don't know, like, what's going on. Like, you hear stuff, people get pickpocketed a lot in certain countries.
Yo, so, like, the Olympics, like in Brazil or whatever, have you guys seen those videos of the kids, like,
Yeah.
pocketing or just,
Oh,
like,
yeah, I
straight
did.
up just taking
Yeah.
photos?
Yep.
I think Brazil is, like, it looks beautiful. It looks like a great destination spot for a vacation. But I think there's 3 cities in Brazil ranked, like, top 3 most dangerous cities in the world. So it's a bit tough. Yeah. I'd like to go to, like, Brazil, though.
Yeah. Just, pick and choose. Do your research.
Yeah. Have you guys ever been to, like, Europe?
Have not.
Never.
You really want to go to Thailand, though, right?
Yeah, dude. That's probably, I always talk about these destinations I've never been to. Like, I've been there. But Southeast Asia, like, it has everything you could ever want. Like, tropical. During certain times of the year, the weather's good.
Yeah.
Like, don't go in the summer because there's monsoons and typhoons and hurricanes and
Oh, shit, okay.
it rains every day. But, like, it's cheap there. You can buy a meal for $1, a US dollar, stay in a hotel for 10, 20 US dollars. And they've got tropical beaches, they've got rainforests, they've got nightlife. I don't know.
Dude, I would love to go just because, like, I'm practicing Muay Thai now. And I really, really want to go.
Yeah.
And I think I saw one of our friends, JoJo. They went to Thailand, and it looked like a great time. And looks like food is awesome, except they wanted to fight.
Oh, yeah, they went
Right?
to, like,
Yeah.
a boxing match, and
Yeah.
they were watching, and they wanted them to go fight or something.
Yeah. So whenever they apparently what I've heard is that they hate Westerners, so like Americans, stuff like that.
Hate?
Not hate, but just kind of.
It's like
Kinda
going to Hawaii.
Oh, yeah, there you
The
go.
locals don't like you.
Yeah, so they definitely wanted to fight them. Speaking about Hawaii, is that just another great destination spot? Have you guys
I've been
heard
there
anything?
5 times,
God damn!
and I've loved it every time.
Really?
Yeah.
I have a lot of questions about Hawaii.
Yeah.
One, is it always raining?
No. Speaking of ecosystems and climates, there's like don't quote me on this, 7 of the 9 climates and ecosystems
It's something like that.
on one island.
Yeah, it has
on one
like,
island.
Yeah. So it's
Holy.
like you can go to rainforest where it rains every day.
Mhm.
You can go to a desert where it's arid. You can go to the top of a mountain where it's snowing. Any time of the year. The weather's
What
the same all year round. The water's the same temperature all year round.
That's so crazy.
And there's one road around the island, and you can see all the ecosystems and climates.
Did you hit up all the islands or?
I've been to 3.
Okay.
So I've been to Hawaii, which is the big island. I've been to Oahu, which has Honolulu and like the nightlife.
Okay.
Then I've been to Kauai, which is very local.
Gotcha. Okay.
I would have to say that Hawaii, the big island, is probably the best mix of all of them.
Okay.
Like Honolulu and Oahu is like really busy. Kauai is like really local and like I don't even know if they have like a Walmart or like anything like that.
What?
Yeah, but it's nice, but it's a little too local. Like you feel like you don't belong there.
Oh,
And then Hawaii is kind of a good mix of that. And there's a lot. It's the big island, so there's more to do.
Yeah.
You're on a small island. There's like you can only do so many things.
Gotcha.
But yeah, like dude, scuba diving there is awesome.
Oh, that's where you taught me the. Is it this?
This is shark where you put your hand up to your forehead.
Okay.
There's
there's little
hand signs.
symbols,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's kind of like sign language, but
That's hilarious.
like, and then like how much air you have, you use your fingers, like your PSI,
Gotcha.
and like I need air,
Yeah.
share air, that kind of stuff.
Dang. Is there anything? So there's scuba. Did you do anything else other than that?
Kayaked in the ocean. You can
In
kayak.
the ocean?
Kayak to an island. Yeah.
So you went from island to island?
Well, it's like a small little island off the
Okay,
island.
okay, gotcha.
And there's like animals on there and stuff. It's like a sanctuary, like a bird sanctuary.
What?
Hiking on the lava that has flowed across the road and into the ocean.
What?
Helicopter tours over the volcano so you can see the lava.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's everything. There's nightlife, like I said, in Honolulu. Beaches everywhere that are like white sand, clean, no rocks.
So I've heard something about that Y sand. I think you might have heard of this too. That Y sand actually comes from parrotfish, and it's their poop.
wait, what?
It's all like crustaceans that have been crunched down, like coral and poop and everything that just
Okay.
yeah.
I've heard. I don't know. I heard otherwise.
Yeah.
Could it be dang Ruben? No, it's fair. Resident alcoholic. Oh, okay. Like 2 seconds ago.
Yeah, it's a good vacation spot, but it's pretty expensive. The flights are expensive.
Yeah.
The lodging is expensive.
I heard a couple tips.
A gallon of milk is like $7.
No
Dang.
way.
No, it's probably like 5, but still.
Okay.
So
I heard a couple tips like if you're going there, never be in a rush. Right? Like always take your time because if you're in a rush or if you're even like close to somebody behind them, like driving wise, like they'll get mad because you're supposed to take it easy on that island. Like
People don't have anywhere to be quick.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then if you call, I don't know if it's acceptable out there, but here if you see someone Hawaiian and you call them auntie or uncle, they will love you.
All right.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, so if you go to like down to Hawaiian Barbecue Paradise, you walk in, you're like, "Hey, what up,
Dude, I
auntie?"
like that place.
Yeah.
That's good.
And they're like, "Oh, hey." So just know that.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately we haven't been to a whole lot of places.
No, man, and we need to.
Yeah.
Colorado is sweet. I went to Telluride for 4th of July. It's a small little town, but it's very, very popular.
Yeah.
Went up there to ride some razors, like the 4-wheeled or the like not the golf cart, but they're like the off-road vehicles.
They call them side by sides.
Side by sides.
Yeah.
Is that the call?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that was awesome.
I bet.
Beautiful up there. I mean, it's all forest and it's a small little town. It was sweet.
I saw a couple of your Snapchats. Were you away from like the city?
Yeah, I mean, I was away from the city, riding around, and the town is like an old school. I don't know if it's technically classified this, but it's like an old school not mine town, but very, very small. Like there's like 20, 30 buildings. It's probably
Okay.
more, but all in a row. You drive in and drive out. Like it was really cool. During 4th of July, they have this town is set inside like this canyon, and
Yeah.
they have a jet that flies in and just gasses it right through the town and stuff, and it's just like it screeches through the whole place, but it's so sweet. Telluride sweet. I've gone to Canada.
Oh.
Canada.
Oh, Canada.
How rough was it to get into Canada? I've heard they don't let nobody in.
Like, wait, he like flying in?
No. So,
crossing the border.
You flew, right?
I flew in.
Okay, I heard that crossing the border is very, very tough.
Oh, yeah, I've never drove across or walked across the border.
That's right.
Yeah.
You mean they just won't let people in?
No, dude. Apparently, if you have a DUI, they won't let you
I
in.
was just being stupid, political, funny,
No.
but it went over your head.
I heard a joke that Canada has the best border, and that's called the United States.
I heard a joke that they called. I wasn't listening to. That's funny.
Delay.
I was like, what? Joey elaborate on his own joke?
I've also heard Canadians referred to as snow Mexicans.
That's funny. Especially here in Arizona.
Yeah.
We get all the Canadians.
Snowbirds.
Canada's pretty beautiful.
I've been to Victoria, which is kind of Canada. It's British Columbia, but it's like right next to Seattle. So, but it's a beautiful place.
You can see Seattle from there. No?
Yeah, I think you can.
Yeah.
I've also been up in the Yukon, where it's like glaciers, and I kayaked on like a lake that was made by a melted glacier.
No way.
Yeah, it was like glass.
That's kind of scary though. Yeah.
No, it's not like it's fucking sliding and gonna hit you.
I don't know.
You have this misconception of glaciers. Yeah.
I had a different perspective on that. Sorry.
How do you guys feel about cruises for vacations?
I would be down for it. I want to try one.
Like
I've never done it.
Squad trip.
Like a yuppie booze cruise, or like let's go on a cruise to the Caribbean and spend a week there.
Yeah, I've heard that's the way to go.
Which one?
Caribbean.
Booze cruise or
Kind of a sorry. Yeah. So
I would be up for either or.
I know either or. Booze cruise. For us, we have to fly to Florida.
Fort Lauderdale?
Yeah,
I've done it.
Oh, that is true.
Yep.
And what is it, like 2 days to the Caribbean?
About that, yeah.
Okay.
And you stop 3 to 4 times. Stopped in Haiti, stopped in Puerto Rico, St. Kitts, and St. Martin.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
How did you get to like get off and
Yeah.
experience?
You get like a day, which I'm kind of on the fence about cruises. Have you guys ever been on one?
No,
never.
I've heard
Okay.
so many stories though.
So
Good and bad.
Yeah.
I'll just lay it out for you. You're on the boat more than you're off the boat.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
However you feel about that, take it as you will. You get to eat as much as you want, which is awesome.
Right.
And it's good, really good food. Like you have like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, full meals.
Yeah.
You can have anything what you want delivered to your room. You can go get midnight snacks.
It's like 5-star restaurant.
Yeah, like you sit down and have a fancy. You like they make you dress up. I try to walk up with like swim trunks and flip flops. They're like, no, you can't come in.
No way.
Yeah, when you go to like the dining halls,
Yeah.
they have like buffets. Never go to the buffets; they're terrible. But if you want like snacks, real quick, go to the buffets. When you get off the boat, sometimes they're like, all right, you got 4 hours, be back.
That's not much time.
Yeah. Sometimes they're like, you
not a lot of
got
time
you
at
got
all.
10 hours, go have fun, be back.
Okay.
They're pretty expensive up front. You do have to fly somewhere and get to the boat, so it's extra cost.
Yeah.
What else? You have to pay for alcohol. You can get the unlimited alcohol card, but that's expensive.
I've heard it might be worth it.
Yeah, I've done it, and I did it for a week, and I did the math. I was like, I have to drink 6 drinks a day to make up for it.
Easy.
For 7 days in a row.
That's
Easy.
true though.
No. After 3 or 4 days of drinking from when
kinda
you wake up to
done.
when you go to bed, you're like, oh my goodness, but I gotta make it worth it.
Just kidneys just hurt. Like
Yeah, dude, it's like mimosas in the morning, a beer around noon, some Tito's and soda, freaking anything you want. But yeah, wine for dinner. It's like, it's hard.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
and
didn't
then
think
like
about that.
it's cool. Another part that's cool is you get to see a lot of destinations.
Right.
When you go on a vacation, you're in one spot.
Yeah.
When you go on a cruise, I saw 4 different islands.
That's true.
And the open ocean. The coolest part about the cruise that I liked was we're in the middle of the ocean, no lights, can't see anything around you.
Yeah.
I'm on the top deck of the boat.
Yeah.
It's like drizzling, They got a tracker on the top. I'm just like running in the rain on a boat, moving in the middle of the ocean, pitch black. It's like, I don't know. It's like kind of surreal.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome, actually. Yeah. I bet it's like one of the most romantic like things you could possibly do. Mm-hmm. Like I bet if you're at the top deck, it's completely black out.
Yeah,
you're gonna get some that night. You know? Like there's no way around that.
If you don't get the outside rooms, you're stuck inside with no windows. It's like it's pros and cons.
Yeah,
but
I've heard that when you get back, you're still swaying.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. You'll stand in the shower and it moves. You sit on the toilet, it's moving.
Right.
You get back home, you're showering, you're like just going back and forth.
You're doing it by yourself?
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
That's funny.
I don't really get motion sickness too much, but some people get motion sickness.
Right.
When it's like really windy and choppy, it can get pretty bad. Like you're sitting there laying down and you're like kind of rocking in your bed.
That's crazy.
When it's bad. But they have stabilizers that they put out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I took a tour of a boat.
Yeah.
It's insane, man.
Like
what goes on?
Yeah, like mechanics behind it.
The food they store, the engines. I went up into the deck where is it called the deck? The bridge. Okay. The bridge, where they have everyone controlling stuff. I'm like, dude, I want to do this. I want to drive a cruise.
Yeah.
So. Is it really? Do you know if it's really one person at least legitimate steering it, or is it a couple people steering it? I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people like a collaborative team, like one's doing radar or something like that, one's doing this, but
there's a good number of people, like 6 to 8 people, but there's one captain that does stuff. There's autopilot. When you're in the ocean, you don't need to do anything, but like when you're pulling into port, it's all the captain doing it.
Oh, the captain's the one.
Like backing it in and stuff like that?
Yeah, but you've got like control over both engines, and it's crazy.
I almost imagine that it would be all like computer.
It's sort of
like a,
and then they've got all the radar up there. You can see where boats are, and
imagine reading the waves is something that computers maybe just can't handle yet, because it is random. As in you're gonna have a big wave that's over here, smaller wave over here. The boat, I don't know.
They just stick out like these big arms that stabilize the boat. Literally, like they just stick in the water.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, when you guys are like parked or somewhere?
No, when you're going trucking in the ocean and it's really windy and the waves are high, they stabilize the boat with.
Wow. Okay, so it's actually that's crazy.
Humans still have to be smarter than machines, guys. Can you pass me another beer?
Skynet's coming, dude.
Skynet, dude.
Skynet.
I was thinking Terminator for some reason.
Joey, you also did Alaskan one, right?
Yeah.
So between those two, between those two, which one did you like the most?
Different. So like the Alaskan cruise is an older crowd, and the Caribbean cruise is kind of younger. But both like cruises in general, if it's not a booze cruise, it's kind of an older. It's a family kind of vacation. But the Alaska was pretty cool because it was better sights. Like taking a train up through the Yukon, and Victoria was a pretty cool town in British Columbia, and small towns like Anchorage, Alaska, just grabbing like a crab leg that just got caught out of the
freshest.
Yeah, dude, it was the best thing I ever had. The crab leg was probably like, I don't know, 18 inches long.
Holy!
And it was like $25 for it, but it was the best crab leg I ever had.
Guessing it was a king?
Yeah, I think it was king. Yeah, it's huge. You pull the meat out, and it's like just
solid.
That big.
He was in there doing curls underneath. Underneath the ocean.
But no, it's different. So,
a cruise that I really want to do that.
Go ahead. The Alaska cruise. The cool thing was that you wake up. I mean, I don't wake up this early, but it's like 5, 6 a.m. I went in July. 5, 6 a.m. Sun comes up. 11 p.m. It's sunset.
Holy! Can you imagine having that?
It's weird, dude. I'm like drinking, having a good time. Like, it's still light out. I feel like an alcoholic.
Dude, that's awesome. I feel like I would get a lot of shit done. That's you and me. Yeah, play footsies. There's a cruise that I really want to do, and I think it goes from California down to like all of Baja and hits certain cities. So my girlfriend's from Ensenada, and it hits that city, and then it keeps going down.
I thought cruises just go to Ensenada. I didn't know people live there.
Dude, it's legit small. It's Tempe, like big.
Yeah.
You can go 10 minutes from one side of the town to the other side, and I really want to do that. Or I'm throwing out ideas now for squad trips. we could go to San Diego and then just like take a car down Baja, Maybe go through like the Baja 1000.
I've had people do that with their Jeeps and stuff.
Yes.
They'll just drive down the Baja.
We should totally do that. And it turns into, so it goes from like desert to straight up jungle.
Okay. So there's this problem we have with planning things.
That's true.
If you don't have one friend that plans everything for you, it doesn't happen.
And that's usually I'm the idea guy. You're the follow.
I know.
Right? So
As much as I like planning stuff, sometimes I just want to go to something and enjoy it.
let's enjoy.
You know, like,
Yeah.
you want to come to this? Sure. Here's money. Let's go.
You've been given the gift, and like it's a gift and a curse, dude.
Bittersweet.
Yeah.
But it's good to have one friend that'll plan stuff for you.
Yes, and honestly, that's you.
Yeah. I'll take ideas, but
I'm just the idea guy. I just throw shit out there. Oh, another thing that you did, which I'm super envious about. Actually, there's two things. You take a yearly trip down to the Grand Canyon.
I try to take a backpacking trip every year.
Yes.
Once a year, at least. So just spend 3 to 4 days living out of everything you can carry on your back, which is like
She's like what, like 40 pounds, 60 pounds?
40 on the light end, 60 is really heavy.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. It's like a lot of fun just being able to support yourself by literally the things you're carrying. I don't know. That's
that
just
is
it's
crazy.
just cool to me.
I bet
It's like
pretty humbling too. Like,
it is because it's like kind of you go hiking and you eat this freeze dried meal that you boiled water out of using a little can of fuel and a tiny stove and
Right.
pouring in this bag, and you're starving and you eat this freeze dried meal and it's like you would eat it otherwise. It tastes like shit, but you're hiking and it's like, oh my god, this is the best thing ever. Yeah.
ever.
Like a Snickers bar is like eating gold, like
Yeah.
literally eating gold. But yeah, I really like the outdoors. So camping and hiking are one of my things. But I've been to places like Havasupai and the other part at like South Rim of the Grand Canyon. I like hiking to a destination and camping there, and then
It's kind of like you work for it, and then there's the reward of like the beauty,
right, exactly,
and then you
So-
have to work to get the fuck out of there.
exactly, yeah. So it's like you to see beautiful things, you kind of have to put in the effort
Yeah.
to get there.
It makes sense, dude.
So,
Going back to when you said that that our social media is a gift and a curse, it's super hard to get a permit to go down to Havasupai now. Right?
yeah, I tried to get it this year, and they changed it to being online. Usually, you call February 1st at whatever time they open, 8 a.m. You just keep calling until they're not busy anymore and try to get a spot.
Jeez.
This time it's online. You open the webpage and then you scroll to the month you want.
Yeah.
But when the dates are taken, the dates disappear. You can't click on them.
God.
So I logged in, scrolling through. You have to go month by month. January, February, March, April. Trying to get to September. All the weekends are gone. I log in like the minute of, it was like 7 a.m. on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
Log in the minute of scrolling to the months. They're all gone. I'm like, well, I can't go to Havasupai this year.
That sucks.
So, yeah.
Again, a gift and a curse.
But,
fucking Havasupai.
So like a guy I used to play hockey with, that my dad still plays hockey with,
Yeah.
is the helicopter pilot.
Oh, okay.
So he hooked us up with 12 spots to Havasupai in September.
Dang.
Nice.
So
It's not,
I'm going, but
it's
the
not
rest,
what you know, it's who you know.
the rest of the spots are filled. So you guys can't go. Sorry.
That's cool, man.
One day.
One day.
I'm not physically capable of that.
Because you're
Says-
bionic.
Says
lug?
the guy that goes to the gym.
I walk around and motivate people. That's all I do when I go to the gym. I don't really do
Bro,
anything.
Sings the Rocky theme song.
Yeah.
I
Two
think
people like dun, dun, dun. Wait, it's not. That's how it goes. How's it go? Thank you. Yeah. I don't even know.
I feel like you have an unfair advantage, bro. It's bionic.
Dude, it's just stapled shut. Don't
There's-
fool
there's
anyone.
metal, dude. I'm trying to hype him up.
No.
So another thing that I'm very envious about,
You just want to be me, bro?
kind of, dude.
Do you want to go pee in a fountain and then?
Let's do this. You canoed like almost through the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did a canoe trip with a bunch of engineers, actually, which is kind of weird. Usually not very social, but probably the most social bunch of people I've ever been with.
That's awesome.
So we launched canoes from
Jesus, Ruben.
Sorry.
So we launched canoes from the bottom of the Hoover Dam.
Yeah.
Like we get in the water, we turn around, there's the Hoover Dam, however many feet tall it is above us.
Yeah.
We're like, all right, let's paddle. So we paddle. There's like hot springs you can go to.
Okay.
You can't put your head into water because amoebas will go and eat your brain.
Oh God.
Holy.
Oh God.
I mean, it's like warm water, so stuff lives in warm water.
That makes sense.
It'll go up your nose and in your ears and eat your brain. So don't go underwater in hot springs. So we're sitting there just hanging out in the hot springs and stuff like that, and then paddle down some more. You go to the campsite and just hanging out there, just grilling up food, drinking, hanging out. Rained a little bit. We fished a little bit. There's another hot springs by the campsite you can go to.
Okay.
You wake up in the morning. The hot springs is like, it's kind of like a waterfall, so it trickles down. You can take a hot shower in the morning.
What?
Yeah, it was awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Then like finally the last day we canoe back down. I'm so hungover, dude. Like borderline gonna vomit trying to pack up the tent. We have to canoe down. I think it was like 9 miles to the landing site where we were done.
Yeah.
Worst day of my life. I think I went with my dad actually, and between the two of us, we finished 230 packs in 3 days.
Holy.
Plus,
Yeah, that's Hangover
like
City.
alcohol, because we were passing around freaking Rumplements. Yeah, and it's funny because you put everything you can in this canoe, like in coolers and stuff, and anything that's glass, you wrap it in duct tape. So we're passing around this duct tape bottle of Rumplements. Just there's like 20 people I'd say in a circle. It's like it's just going around.
City,
Yeah,
dude.
I don't know. We were all so drunk that no one cared.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
I don't know. I just think vacations they're a must do. You got to get out. You got to do something.
Dude, you got it, man. Like,
The cube life ain't the life.
no.
You know, it's another good place.
What's up?
It's more of the party type of deal thing, but Tennessee,
Like Nashville?
Yeah,
Okay.
Nashville. I went there. That place is awesome. It was so sweet.
Dude, I've heard food there is amazing.
Food is
Speaking
so
of
good.
food, like that's another thing I want to do when I travel is enjoy the food more.
Yeah.
Usually just like, oh, let's go find somewhere to eat. But it's like let's live the culture and eat what they eat here.
Yep.
Like going to Nashville, let's eat the like barbecue there.
Yeah, the barbecue is so good. Back to San Diego. If anyone's there, go. There's like I think it's called Filiberto's right in Mission Beach.
It's not Filiberto's.
No, what is it called? I think it's called Filiberto's.
Oh, the
No,
one
dude,
that
you told me what it
we
was.
went to?
Yeah.
You told me it was, but it wasn't Filiberto's.
It's
think it's
it's
Filiberto's,
called
dude.
I think it's called Filiberto's, but it's not part of the chain Filiberto's.
There's some dude named actual Filiberto.
I think so.
Trademarked,
might
bro.
be.
That guy stole that shit.
There's a Mexican little taco shop right next to Mission Beach, right next to the roller coaster. Best tacos in the whole wide world. Well, ish.
If you come to Arizona, eat the tacos, eat the Mexican food. It's so good.
Also, when you're San Diego, there's a restaurant called Over the Fern.
That's the one you were telling me about.
Oh, dude, that one. Let's go to San Diego. I'll take you guys. It's gonna be good. Delicious.
Great. It's gonna be great.
There's a guy.
Best trip ever.
There's a guy with a stash, and he plays a piano and sings, and he's good. And you
Right.
eat good food.
Don't tell
But-
me with a good time, dude.
Nashville, it was pretty sweet. A lot of bars on Nashville. I forgot what the street's called. I think it's Broadway. However, a lot of live music. Everyone there is talented. You don't walk into one bar, even.
Oh, it's a music town.
Yeah. Nashville is country.
Dude, it's the South.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I'm not a big fan of country, but
Live music is good. no
yeah,
matter what it
that's
is.
exactly that. Everyone, you appreciate it. It was so awesome. So,
Bet. That's where JT's from, right?
yep, JT. Yep,
I don't know. I can't vouch.
I can vouch.
You don't listen to Judge Timberlake, dude?
I listen. Dave will flip.
We're looking for people that love. We're looking for another host that likes JT.
Now we're
No.
replaced.
I'll be the first one to get kicked out.
So we've covered some decent places that we've been to and kind of know about, which isn't very many, unfortunately.
You've definitely done the most, and
I don't know. Have I though?
I think so.
Only because like I'm #blessed. My family took me places.
So other than Mexico, when I was like growing up, I didn't go east of the I-17.
That's in Arizona.
So yeah,
Dude, you grew up in Idaho. You went to Utah.
that's right.
What do you mean you haven't been East I-17?
From 8 years old?
We missed some good spots though. Like we talked about California. What about like the Anaheim? We didn't talk about Disneyland. I know.
Disneyland, yeah. Seattle's cool. There's a lot of like culture there.
Yeah.
Most of my family is from Chicago. It's a cool big city.
I've heard. What's the Irish?
St. Patty's Day. They dye the river green.
Yes, yeah. I heard that's a good time down there.
Navy Pier is cool. They've got like it's a pier out onto Lake Michigan that's got Ferris wheel and all that.
Dang. Okay.
When I played travel hockey, I went to like a lot of places. So I've been around like New York, Philadelphia, Florida, Utah, Nevada, California, Washington. I lived in Washington for a little bit.
What?
I've been a lot of places in the U.S., but not outside. So I don't have a lot to say about anywhere outside the U.S.
Gotcha. That's awesome. I've been to all the 50 states, but just for my dad's work. So like
driving through and stuff.
Even through it, not in it.
Yeah. I ate some good stuff, but that's
cool.
it.
We do have one person that's I think what we should do is just like ask a lot of people their vacations spots.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm just for future listeners, I think
we'll get the other yuppie opinions.
Yeah, everyone has a different experience, so
life stories, struggles,
life stories.
We do need to travel more though. Where do you like? So you were saying Thailand, Southeast Asia is like your go-to spot.
If you go anywhere outside the U.S., okay, let me phrase that. If you go anywhere outside North or South America,
yes, you
need to spend at least 2 weeks there because you're going to spend 2 to 3 days traveling, including jet lag.
Ooh, okay, that's a good tip.
Like time zone change plus a 14-hour flight, plus jet lag.
That's a good. I have a coworker currently that was went to Japan and he took 2 weeks, and I'm sure he did it for that reason.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. 7 days. If you go for 7 days, at least 2 is missing on traveling.
Right.
1 is missed on time zone change plus jet lag. You've got 4 days to spend in Japan.
Dang, I never thought about it that way.
Yeah,
that's smart.
You just gotta spend buckle down.
So you spend 2 weeks. Okay, say you have that time off. You can take the time off, right? That's enough to keep your bills and stuff like that. What's the best way to save
for these
trips? Yeah, it's just like say, what do you do? Like,
I would. Well, what do I do? I have
it's a general question.
Okay,
I know.
I mean, I have the money to spend on it, but I would probably take like $10-$20 out of each paycheck and just put it to a vacation fund.
That's a smart thing. There's always like a smart way to do it too. Like you're gonna have to plan it out definitely in advance. There's like Groupons. There's
ways to do it on a budget.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that what you're hinting at, Ruben?
Yeah.
I mean, yuppies just spend their money. They don't plan that shit.
Fucking ball out, dude.
Yeah. No, but there's tips to do it on a budget.
Yes. There's There's like Costco. We've recently got a Costco card, and while walking out, we noticed there's like Costco travel.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the? And I got it. And I was like flipping through it. I need to take one of those.
Yo, do you need someone under your Costco? Because like I have Sam's Club, and
Sam's Club is
gone. Yeah, they're all gone.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
well, there's like 1 or 2 left. I think there's one left on 83rd and
the
McDowell.
West Side one?
Yeah,
West
I
Side, but
drive
that's
by
so
that all
far.
the time. They're closing down though.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Anyways,
Need someone?
Costco. Actually, so my grandma died, so I go to Costco and I'm like, "Hey, can I be the?" He's laughing.
Sorry, I'm not laughing.
My grandma passed away, and I was on her like account.
Yes.
Because like my parents bought her a membership for like Christmas.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Hey, grandma, I'll be on your thing, and we can split it next time." So I go to Costco, and she passed away. I think it was like a year and a half ago. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, "Hey, can you make her the primary on this account?" And they're like, "No, we can't do that." I'm like, "But she's dead." Yeah. And they're like, "Oh, we got it. It's okay."
Oh God. They're like, "No, we gotta fucking."
Yeah. So I have an open person on my account.
No disrespect to your grandma. Your grandma was awesome.
Yeah,
I loved her a lot. She was a sweetheart.
Dang, dude. That's crazy. Oh my god. He has to do disclaimers for everything, doesn't he?
Dude, if I'm gonna joke about it, it's fine. So Costco does have some trips you can book.
Yes.
My coworker booked his honeymoon to Cancun before all this shit went down. Through Costco.
Gotcha.
Through Costco. And like all inclusive places in Cancun.
Yes, dude.
All you can drink,
stuff.
all you can eat.
So, everyone sees those things on Groupons. Are they pretty legit? I haven't done one. Has anyone done any vacation trips on Groupon, and what's your thought on it?
I know Joey's done some extensive research on this.
I haven't, not yes and no. I've bought things on Groupon. I haven't done vacations.
Okay.
So the consensus is that you buy things on Groupon, and if you don't use it in a certain amount of time, it basically just turns into cash that you can spend there. Usually when you do a Groupon, you go to use that thing, and you have to spend more money to get what you want out of that Groupon.
Correct.
So there's a lot of stipulations. Groupon it's okay. It's kind of like too good to be true. And if anything's too good to be true, it's too good to be true. So
Groupon is just a coupon. Just remember that.
Right.
Like it's not free stuff.
yeah,
It's just like a coupon. You still have to spend more money than what you're gonna.
like it's spend $20 to get $30 towards a meal.
Yes.
So you got $10 off of your
Yeah.
meal. It's not like I don't know.
It's not
Life
fr- it's not
saving.
free
No,
stuff.
I would just plan your own vacations. But flights. How do you guys book flights?
Oh, there also sorry, go back to the
Yeah.
Groupon thing. There's also like blackout dates and certain.
Oh yeah, it's like can't do it on the weekends or on this
That's
holiday
one
weekend.
of the biggest
On
things.
Groupon?
Yeah, that's one of the
Oh,
biggest things
shit.
that when you read the disclaimer is, if you ever book a trip on Groupon, actually read through everything just in case because, well, you should read through everything, but there is points where it's like the odd days that you can take a cheap vacation, which makes sense. And if it works for you, that's no problem.
Yeah.
But make sure you go through it and
Trust Ruben, he knows his disclaimers.
Yeah.
I
there you go.
read through all that stuff. I read through it all.
He reads the user agreements.
Yeah.
The only person. It's probably like you can only go through monsoon season. Like
Yeah.
this is your dates. Oh, sorry.
You're good. Ash.
That's true.
Joey, what were you saying?
Flights. How do you guys book flights? Who do you book it
Flights.
through? Obviously, like United kills dogs and whatever. I'm just kidding. But
So
on that United
They
shit,
just beat people.
yeah. On the United shit, fuck the owner, fuck the airline.
what
I didn't actually go into it. Yeah, that's
So kind of current event and not really. People get on a plane. They have a English bulldog,
Okay.
Frenchie. I think it's a French bulldog.
little French.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, if you saw the picture, it's horrible. They have the bag open. It's got like stiff legs up in the air. Terrible. Anyways, they get on the plane. They're like, excuse me, you have to put your dog up in the overhead compartment. Close it, seal it,
What the fuck?
The dog's whining, the dog's barking, the dog's crying. The owner's not doing anything. Like, they just left it up there.
Yeah.
The airline obviously isn't doing anything. So the dog basically suffocates because,
Oh
like,
my God.
pugs, bulldogs have that inbred
yeah.
issue of having breathing problems.
Problems.
So, like, the owner didn't let the dog out to breathe.
Yeah.
The airline didn't let them put him under the seat. So, I don't know. That's like idiots all around.
That's all around.
Yeah.
Don't travel with your dog if you don't have to either. Like,
Um,
it's kind of tough. That's crazy, man. That sucks.
it does. Either way, it sucks. But still, like, come on, guys. Let's just be logical here.
Let's be
And
human beings,
right,
maybe?
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Have some emotions. We're
So-
not just fucking numbers.
I mean, I'm not gonna like not fly on United because of that.
Yeah.
Like, an airline's an airline.
I don't
But
know.
like airlines like Spirit and like Allegiant that like 50% of their flights have maintenance issues.
Right.
That's a different story.
That's tough.
So
Funny that you say this because I've only had one airplane experience in my entire life.
Just recently.
Just recently.
well, you haven't really flown a whole lot, have you?
No, man. It's just one time.
The,
Oh, wait, twice. It's because it was there in the back.
That's the only time you've been on a plane.
Yes.
You had an issue.
kind of.
Wow, man, that's
Yeah.
odds are pretty.
And dude, like I was sweating balls. Like I've never sweated so much not doing a physical activity.
Oh, so it wasn't the airline; it was,
No, it was
your
just-
anxiety.
Yeah, and there was just like a lot of like turbulence, and it was just
Oh yeah, it felt
It's
great.
fun, dude. It's like
Yeah.
Dude, I found out. What was the time that you and I were sitting next to each other on a plane?
Probably going to Park City.
Okay. The second time. Yeah, probably. I don't know. Anyways,
Go ahead.
like, we've never been on a plane together.
Yeah.
That was like maybe the second time, but I don't know. So usually turbulence, I'm kind of like, it kind of sucks. Like this could stop now. But the time we did it, we drank Bloody Marys.
I think that was to Salt Lake.
And I was like,
sorry.
I was like, turbulence, man, whatever. I had no care in the world.
Ready to die.
Dude, it didn't faze me at all. But that's a tip, I guess. Just like have a couple drinks on the or before or during, and you're like, it's like a roller coaster.
Yeah,
That makes a lot of sense. No, I was like, my flight was at 10 in the morning, and I didn't want to be drunk when I got there.
True.
Maybe just a drink.
It was. I think we only had one.
No way.
We only had one Bloody
And you're
Mary.
ready to die.
Yeah, dude. It's higher altitude, you get drunk faster.
Dude, they were strong.
They were-
I remember that.
Yeah, it was like
Vodka with a splash of
you've seen
tomato
a Bloody
sauce.
Mary. It's red, right?
Yeah.
Ours was like clear, like a splash. Like
Yeah.
they didn't give you the can of tomato juice. It was like Tito's,
Yeah.
because they give you the whole shot in one of those little plastic cups,
Yeah.
and then
Just a little
tomato
shot.
juice. Yeah.
Shot of tomato juice. That's hilarious.
So do you guys like pick an airline? How do you book your flights?
My girlfriend has flown extensively to like California, and usually she does like Southwest based off of like their prices, and I think it's just like based off experience. But I've also heard of a little tip of Google Flights.
That's a good one.
Yeah, so if you get on there, you could shop. So like it has all the airlines on there.
All their prices.
Yep. So it's a one-stop shop. You get to look at all the prices. You pick your dates, and then you see the cheapest airline.
There's also an option on there which is cool because I've been to places where there's multiple airports kind of nearby.
Mm-hmm.
You can select like allow multiple airports, like flexible airports or flexible dates.
Yeah.
And it'll find you the cheapest place and the cheapest dates to fly out of.
That is dope.
So like I was flying to Milwaukee.
I was yawning at the same time.
I was flying into Milwaukee.
Yeah.
It was like either Milwaukee or Midway or Chicago even. They're kind of all like relatively close. And I have family in all those areas. And I was like, all right, find me the best city to fly into. Chicago was like $150 more. So I flew into Milwaukee for cheaper
Dang.
with Google Flights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Google Flights is definitely a good resource.
I've heard some myths, and a myth means like a story, not necessarily it's false. Myths like you have to book, the best time to book it is 3 weeks in advance on a Tuesday.
Okay.
That's the cheapest day. Don't quote me on it.
Yeah.
Also, like if you frequently check flight statuses and prices based on like your cookies and browsing history, it'll raise the prices because you keep looking at it.
Oh, no way.
So like do it on incognito mode or do it on a different computer when you book it. I don't know if they're true, but
that's actually smart, and I think it could be.
yeah. So
I've heard of certain websites, and I for the life of me I can't remember what it is, but you could subscribe to them, and then like that person will let you know good deals that's going to happen within a month.
I've seen that, but I don't trust it.
Yeah,
It's kind of fishy.
yeah. Was it you who told me about this?
I don't think I've ever told anyone about this because I
Okay.
saw this and I was like, I'm never going to look at this again.
Yeah,
But I could have. I don't know. It was.
Okay.
I don't know. It seemed kind of weird and fishy.
yeah. So like you could subscribe and pay a certain amount, and then they'll tell you the best prices.
Yeah.
Or you could do like the free version, and
So like you're paying to get a discount.
Yeah,
What? It's like a Groupon
yeah,
all over again.
all over again.
How do you book hotels and stuff? Do you use like Expedia,
Ooh.
like car rentals, all that stuff?
Yeah.
I pack a tent. I do urban camping.
Speaking of
urban camping.
Speaking
Just
of urban
kidding.
camping, like traveling on a budget, like some people still have their student loans.
Yes.
They gotta,
Okay,
do a little cheap.
2 out of the 3 people here.
Yep.
One thing that I did, I went to Sedona recently,
Yeah.
and was looking at hotels. It's like cheap little 2-star is like $120-$150 a night. I'm like, what? It's kind of expensive.
Yeah.
I could spend $300. You know what I could do with $300?
It's a lot.
So I was like, screw it. I'm going to just book a campground that has facilities with showers and toilets.
Yeah.
So I got to camp, but I got to shower
There
for
you go.
$30 a night.
There you go.
And it's like the best of both worlds.
That is definitely a way to do it on the budget. When I usually travel and I'm looking for like hotels, I go off of people's recommendations quite a bit.
Reviews and stuff?
No,
Or
friends.
like
Yeah,
personal?
yeah, personal.
Okay. You mean like if I said DoubleTree is good, you go to the DoubleTree?
Yeah.
Or like
if you told me like, yo, dude, like the DoubleTree off Valencia and whatever I stay
Yeah.
here in California,
Right.
you should book it. I'm gonna go there.
Okay.
That's my main source actually.
Word of mouth.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
I get that.
Because I also do. You could actually do, which is another tip. If you look up hotels on Google Maps, it'll tell you their fare.
Nice.
So you can actually search it, and then it'll tell you 106 here, right across the street. It's legit like $90. Across the other street, $50.
Yeah.
So you can save like almost half off if you just do it that way.
Dude, Google owns everything. I like to go to Reddit.
Oh.
So like I'm going to San Diego, just say,
Yeah.
be like San Diego things to do, Reddit in Google. And there's like subreddits and threads and comments of people that'll suggest things.
Yeah.
Just scour through that, and people that live there or people that have been there will give you really good advice.
That makes sense.
Speaking of just random, I don't know why my brain's just all over the place. San Diego, you stayed in a beach house over there, right?
Yes.
How'd you do that?
I used Home Away, which is I think like a subsidiary of Vrbo, which is vacation rentals by owner. I think they're kind of the same thing now. It's kind of like what's that website where people rent out their rooms?
B&B? No.
Airbnb.
Airbnb.
Yeah. I think
Close.
it's kind of like an Airbnb where people put up their rentals and you can just find it. People review them, people rate them, and they're usually cheaper than a hotel. So like a beach house on San Diego, there's no hotels on Mission Beach that I know of that are like on that main strip.
Yeah.
You go to Rocky Point, there's like the vacation houses. There's no hotels in that area. There's resorts and stuff, but you can find these places like reasonably cheap, and they have to conform to like the standards of the website. So there's kind of like some streamlined, decency to all these places, and there's ratings, and they tell you the fee structure and everything.
That makes sense. Another tip to like do it like on a budget, go in a group and get the house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Split it 10 ways.
Yeah. How cheap is that?
Yes and no. And the reason why I say no, and it's something I don't know how to handle, and I don't know if anyone else know how to handle. It's one of those things we're still trying to figure out.
Yep.
Someone has to put their name down on the place.
We were kind of just talking about this when you walked away.
Oh, really?
Sort of.
Sort of, yeah.
So
But
Chube was like, I have these great ideas. And I'm like, yeah, but you have to have that one friend that plans everything.
And I told him
Plan- yeah.
And it's like, it's usually me that plans things. I book things. I pay for everything. And I'm like, hey, you owe me $100 for this trip. You know how it's not stressful, but it's like, I hate asking people for money.
Yeah, I bet that does get stressful.
Even though they owe me that money, they use that thing, whatever.
It's weird.
It is.
Yeah.
But
it is.
at the same time, everyone does like. I like taking trips with friends. It's awesome. It's
I would rather do that.
yeah, same here. But
So if someone has a better way of letting me, like telling me how to handle those things, because
I think what needs to happen is a legit sit down like this, and then all of us like I'm gonna throw in this $50. You throw in those $50. You throw in those $50.
we're gonna sit down without the alcohol,
oh yeah,
because every time we drink, we're like, let's go on
Yeah.
a trip.
Yeah, woo!
We're going to Vegas.
Just water, dude. Fuck that. We're supposed to do a Vegas trip.
That's what I'm saying. It never happened.
Yes.
okay.
because I didn't plan it.
What's your thought on this? So it's basically you set deadlines
Have them pay me ahead of time.
way ahead of time, and if they don't pay you by that time, and it doesn't hurt you,
That's
and
the thing is like I booked the place and I'm like, all right, 10 people are going, right? You owe me $150. One person backs out. Now I got to ask you for more money.
200 or something. Like
Yeah. So there's like, I've thought about this so much. There's no good way to do it.
It's tough when it's tough when it's the size of our group of friends.
Yeah, it's always like 8 to 10 people.
Yeah. If it's just us, obviously we can handle shit. Like, if it's 8 to 10, it's fucking tough.
Like when we go to Korean barbecue and I spend $600
happens.
and I'm like, bro, you owe me $80.
Dude.
Bro, you owe me $80.
Dude, I
feel like a beggar. Like,
I may or may have not driven so drunk that night.
I gave
I'm not going to
you
confirm or deny that.
I gave you your payment back each month in my rent. Was that not included?
no, that's separate.
Fuck.
It's like 50 cents every month. Fuck.
Ruben's on the layaway plan for rent.
No one. Okay.
The Yup Life, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not the Yup Life. I'm in debt to Joey.
Super dead.
I don't know. Vacations are tough with
It's-
multiple people.
It is.
I'm kind of at the point where I'm like, hey guys, I booked a plane ticket to Europe. If you want to come with, book your own plane ticket. I'm staying here. You can stay here too.
That makes sense.
But if I do that, nobody's going to go.
Yeah, it's tough.
Because I don't know why, but that's how it works.
If anyone's listening to this drunk ass podcast, mainly me drunk, if you got suggestions, please let us know, because it's one of those. I think this is one of the hard. I think we have a hard time with it.
We do.
It's just like, what's your thoughts?
Ruben says we, he means me.
No, Joey does everything. He just tells me what I owe him. I give the money, and that's it.
We have one friend, they're a little older than us, and sometimes they plan things. I'm like, can I help you? What am I doing? Can I help you? Let me do this with
'cause
you.
you're so used to it?
Yeah, I'm like, let me know if there's something I
That's
can do to help you, because I don't know what to do.
However, they run into the same problem.
Do they?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
dude, we should have them on to talk about this.
I already did.
Oh, okay.
I already did.
Because like,
I've been seeing you right now.
Yeah.
These are ideas?
Yes. Dude,
Ruben's
I'm not
fucking
just.
on
I'm
it,
not just
dude.
scribbling. Just because I'm drunk back here, the mind is not there, but the
the fingers are.
the fingers are.
Steven, what are you doing with your life?
Nothing, dude. Listen, I'm the idea guy, like out of the blue. Okay,
True.
I'm the artistic.
I'm gonna be honest right now. I'm a little embarrassed with how many beers are on this table.
I know, dude.
Dude, it's a late night podcast,
late
ladies and gentlemen. It's Friday right now.
It's
Sorry.
some of us get
It's
Good
not.
Friday off as a holiday.
Hey, no, I'm super Catholic. Okay?
The one thing I was just like, if there's some way you can say you're doing a group thing, is to have people locked in before, like, and I see what you're saying. It ups up everyone's prices. The one thing I thought about, and it's kind of a lot more legwork, have backup plans. Like, okay, if these two people don't go, we get this other place. Or I don't know, but then again,
Man.
it's a lot more legwork. It's a lot more legwork.
Yeah, it's tough, man.
But like, I want to do stuff with you guys, and I know it's not gonna happen if I don't do it.
This is true.
But it's like a catch. Is it catch-22? Is that the
dude?
that phrase? It's like
No
if I don't do it, it's not gonna happen. If I do it, I'm gonna hate that I'm doing it.
Yeah, it sucks, dude. So like, this is something I learned in a class. It's CE 300.
Okay.
Do you guys remember this?
Hated
Yeah,
that
yeah.
class.
Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't. like that
Okay,
class.
let me explain my theories here. There's different type of peoples in the world, right? Peoples.
I was gonna say. So many people.
So many peoples.
All the fishes.
Yes. There's the people that follow through. There's people that implement ideas. There's people that just have ideas.
There's the yes people and there's the no people.
Yes. You're the implementer of this entire group. There is no other implementers.
Can I be like a co-implementer? No. a 50-50 share?
I'm straight ideas. I've never followed through with anything in my life.
Yeah. You don't even
So like,
you don't even show up on time. So
I don't show up on time. I can't fucking do it.
Shoot missed the flight. We're paying more for the hotel. We're paying more for the hotel.
Yes, that is me. Now for flights, I think just because I'm such a newbie, I'll be there like 5 hours before.
All one of your flights you took?
All one of my flights I took. I was there legit. Like,
All the peoples.
I was there. I was 3 hours early for that.
Holy.
Dude, I was bored like in the airport. I didn't know what to do.
The airport recommends you get there an hour and a half early. Double it.
3. Yep. Double it for me.
You have no chill.
No, dude. You got to go ham. Let's go big and go home.
We need to go to Oktoberfest in Germany.
I'm so down. Is that where the...
I was watching Beer Fest the other day.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
Ooh. Is that where Autobahn is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Germany. I don't think you can drive on that.
What?
No, you can't because you don't have a German license. It takes like 9 months for them to. Oh no, it's a
Are you
baby.
serious?
That's like 6 months.
No way, because didn't the Top Gear guys drive on it?
Yeah,
Dude,
but they
they're-
have
whatever they
international.
want.
It's Top Gear guys. You're
I
right.
think they also have like different licenses too.
I think they also just want to, like, they want to drive a Lambo, they can drive a Lambo.
That's true.
If they want to crash a car, they just flip
They
it
just
over.
crash.
No, they're like podcasts, but they just get sponsored. Like, hey,
Yeah.
can you drive our product?
Exactly.
Maybe one of these days.
Shout out Ho Garden.
Oh, dude, we should
Get us
do
out
we should
there.
do the Yuppie Life in the garage, and
Dude.
then like hopefully maybe they like
Did you just call it the Yuppie Life?
I don't even know what our podcast name is.
Dude.
We should do the Up Life in the garage.
Thank you. We should do the Yup Life. That was a reverse.
Whoa.
I tried
Go ahead. So, Yep Life in the Garage. What's up?
with Lamborghinis in the background.
Lamborghini.
Do we know anybody that has Lamborghini?
I do actually know one person that has a Lamborghini.
Dude, I'm sad because my charger says it's fully charged, but it's on 96%.
You need a new battery,
I do need.
Sweet.
I literally
or you need a new
charge
computer.
it to the podcast. Split it 3 ways.
Fucking do it.
Just
That's kidding.
put
We
on
might-
the podcast credit card.
Might be an expense.
Speaking of credit cards, like, we have a business, right? Our podcast is a business, not legitimately, but
It's up and coming.
it is. It is. I don't know about a business, but it's.
Yeah.
We'll get there. So I told you, like, Reddit is a cool place to look for stuff for vacations. It's also a good place to find good deals on things, like, I don't know, podcasting equipment, computer parts, airline miles.
There you go.
So Southwest, Phoenix is obviously Southwest Airlines. Major hub is Phoenix. So, like, I fly Southwest pretty frequently.
Okay.
They have this thing called the Companion Pass. When you have this Companion Pass, every time you buy a ticket, you get another ticket for free.
Damn.
So to get this Companion Pass, you either have to fly 100 flights in a calendar year or gain 110,000 points in a calendar year.
So far away places.
Yeah. Or spending a lot of money on your credit card.
Okay.
They have 3 different credit cards. There's a personal plus card, there's a personal premier card, and there's a business card.
People pay attention to this. This is a life hack.
This is
Seriously.
100% a life. I've told this to so many people, and it's amazing to me.
Okay.
So when you sign up for new credit cards, you always get X amount of bonus points. Your bonus points count towards your 110,000 points.
Okay.
So January 1st, start getting points
Right away.
because this Companion Pass lasts for the year that you get it. So I got mine in February. So it lasts until December 31st, 2018. It also lasts for the next calendar year. So I have
Wait, what?
I have a buy one get one free plane ticket from Southwest until December 31st, 2019.
Holy crap.
You open at least 2 credit cards
Okay.
through Chase, but by proxy Southwest Rapid Rewards. The business credit card always gives you 60,000 points.
You're almost there.
Right, to 110.
Okay.
The personal Premier and Plus at least give you 40,000. Sometimes they have promos for 50,000 to 60,000.
Okay.
So if you get 2 credit cards, one being 60,000, one being 50,000, you get 110.
You're there.
So last year I was like, I want a Southwest card. So I opened one. It was
Okay.
like October. I was like, sweet, I got 60,000 points for opening this credit card. I can get free plane tickets. And then I was looking around. I was like, oh, this Companion Pass thing is cool. I'm going to apply for 2 more credit cards. So I opened 3 credit cards with Chase for Southwest, and I got this Companion Pass.
Okay.
The only stipulation is that you have to spend like $2,000 in the first 3 months is to get these bonus points.
Pretty easy.
So I opened all these credit cards, and I put all my expenses on there. I put my utilities on there. I put gas. I put food, groceries, everything.
Just normal expenses.
Yeah,
adds up to
everything
that.
except the mortgage.
Gotcha.
And I just pay them off at the end of the month.
Yeah.
So there is an annual fee.
Okay.
The personal one is $69. The personal premier one is $99 a year,
Okay.
and the business one is $99 a year.
Gotcha.
So I paid $270 to get a buy one get one free ticket.
That's not bad though.
Yeah,
It's like the best thing if you're in a relationship too.
it is. Yeah, like
You know what I mean?
girlfriend,
Yeah.
wife, whatever.
You're
Boyfriend.
gonna go together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have a family trip to go to Florida in May. I have.
Oh yeah, we're going to that one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're my buddy pass.
Yeah,
It's the
yeah,
family.
yeah.
yeah. No, but funny thing is, you can change your buddy like up to 3 times in a calendar year.
Not bad at all.
Ouch. You're changing me out already. All right. Go ahead. Just explain it. Go ahead.
So I'm going to Florida in May,
Okay.
and it was like 20,000 points to go to Florida round trip.
Oh, okay.
I have 200,000 points.
Right.
Was that for one person? Or?
That's one person.
Okay.
But I got a free one. So I'm going to Florida for free, which is normally like a $450 ticket on Southwest. Times 2 is $900. So I got 2 tickets that would be $900 for basically free.
With
Jesus.
Points. I spent points.
points, but you spent how much a year in fees?
270.
200. I'm just.
And I can just cancel them and it'll go away.
Okay.
So like, that's really legit because every time that I think about taking a flight, I always have to take into account there's 2 people.
Times 2.
You know? So like, once it's times 2, it's not worth it and I should drive. But whenever there's one person, I'm like, I should fucking just take
And
a
when that
flight.
one person is points, because you get the bonus points,
Right.
you don't like have to use your bonus points to get the buddy pass. You just accrue the points. So
All right, guys, life hack. Learn it, love it.
One other life hack I have learned: if your company flies
Ooh, this is a good one.
if
you travel a lot.
if you travel a
Yes.
lot for your work and your company, if you have a Flyers account or I don't know,
frequent flyer miles.
frequent Flyers
yeah.
miles with them or whatever, with whatever the airlines, talk to them and try to get it to where wherever you're flying for your company goes to your balance, your personal
Yes.
balance.
And a lot of times when you book the rental car and the hotel through that company, you get extra points.
Yeah. So
Sign up for those like points for the
Rewards
hotel.
programs.
Yes.
Yeah.
So-
all the hotels do them.
highly recommend talking to your HR department or whoever sets up your flying.
Yes.
Just talk to them. It never hurts to ask the question
Good
because
point.
you can get those points. It's
that-
benefited me quite a bit. So do it.
I have a rental car rewards program. I think I might get like a free one soon or something. But
That is a very good point to bring up for the young
Yeah,
life.
it's
we got a buddy that travels a lot and he gets free flights all the time because he flies.
That's true, right?
So we'll have him on to talk about it, but
I'm excited about that one.
yeah.
Yeah.
I wrote that down.
Dude, I'm just excited to have a guest on here. Like next episode, it's real. We'll see how we do.
That is true. It's going to be a trial.
Yeah. I mean, like I think we've come a long way since our very first episode. But then we're kind of starting over having guests now, so it'll be a trial and error.
I think what we did was we learned each other.
Okay.
And- my best friend.
Guys, I have 4 beers in me. I'm going to start crying.
Once we start getting the guests, I think it's going to start rolling through because we got to get this all lined up. Also, guests, we're going to do guests and no guests. We're still going to do some episodes of just us.
Oh, for sure.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We gotta do it
We
solo.
got to.
So
All right.
Uh,
Let's wrap this one.
let's wrap it.
Words of wisdom.
Words of wisdom.
Leave me with something.
Okay.
Steven?
All right, I'll go first. 1, don't be afraid to take vacations. Everybody needs them. If you feel anxiety, you feel like you might set yourself back in work, or they might look bad because you're taking a vacation. Don't worry about it. First and foremost comes your sanity. If you take vacations, you're going to be more productive, anyways. So take that vacation, man. You need it. Don't be stuck in a cube. Get out there. Live life. Boom.
I like that. That was good. That was beautiful.
You summed up the whole episode, basically.
I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah. Well,
Sorry.
shit, I don't even know what to say after that.
I mean, you could do a smart.
Smart.
There's a smart way to do it. I don't know.
According to my calculations, the best way to do it. Yeah, I agree. Take vacations. You know, I never thought of taking a vacation and staying home for a week was a vacation. I honestly no. I'm not bashing on you just a
Okay.
little bit.
It's a staycation.
No, there's nothing wrong with this staycation. I never thought of it like that way. I'm one of those people that always thinks you got to keep moving, keep doing something. If
That's the point of vacation, to do nothing.
yeah, and I don't understand. Me personally, I don't understand that. But if that works for you, do it. Do something. Do a vacation. If you're okay with just staying home, like you need that to relax yourself.
Yeah.
Like regardless, whatever relaxes yourself, you need to take that time off and do it.
Just to
That's
add on,
mine. Go for it. Go for it.
just to add on to that, like I noticed because of my work schedule and because of shit that I wanted to do, I had left a lot of stuff off that I needed to do at home, and I was able to do it during that time. So,
Good.
That's a good point.
yeah.
Just wait until you own a house.
Dude, I bet. Dude, I bet. Can't even imagine.
Joey, what's your final words on all this?
Yeah.
I mean, you guys kind of covered it all, but yeah, it's like like you said, if you're worried about taking a vacation, it's called paid time off or vacation time for a reason. You're supposed to take it. You only get 7, 8, 9 holidays in a year. You can't survive a job by not taking any time off.
There's no
So-
way. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you gotta be cultured. You gotta see other parts of the world. Just explore and see your own state, see other people's states, see cultures.
I like the one who just said about see your own state a lot. That's a good
It's a
point.
huge one.
Every state has its own beauty, like
Yeah.
locked in within it
And,
somewhere.
and you're the person that knows it best.
Yep.
So, like 1, it's cheap. 2, it's easy. 3, it's quick. And
yeah.
vacations are easy. You just gotta take the time to make the time.
Be like Joey. Make the plans. Follow through. Do it a smart way.
And you know what? I think one of the things we're going to try to figure out in this podcast is overall is how to plan vacations with friends in the best way. I think that's a big challenge.
It is.
It's a huge challenge, and I don't think really anyone knows the answers. So I think
if you have an idea, like tweet at us, hit us
Please.
up on Facebook,
Yep.
send us an email,
anything.
theyuplife@gmail.com.
Dude, I'm so excited actually to have like a podcast like at a destination.
So
Here you go, guys.
is that it?
That's it.
All right, Joy, play us off.
Cue the music.
Cue the music.
The editing skills.
Yeah, editing Joey.
Oh, God.
Thanks for tuning in to the Yup Life.
If you enjoyed it, leave us a rating and a review on iTunes, or just follow us at the Up Life Podcast.
We're on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, iTunes, and Google Play Music.
Stay yuppie.